We're at Ashley Hall in Charleston, South Carolina. I'm talking with Allison Bowden, and we are here for your first annual Earth Day. What an exciting time to come.
Ashley Hall is so excited to host an event where we had over 40 vendors and on-campus booths to celebrate plants on Earth Day, really. And this school has been here since 1909. We have approximately 700 students and
all female.
And today's event involved from 2 and 3-year-olds all the way up to seniors.
And you've also brought in a lot of people from the community, vendors and people with food and with all kinds of activities. And your own people did activities, but you kind of modeled this a little bit on the fact that Charleston just has such a huge horticultural richness. And I think Plantasia was one of the things.
Plantasia, Charleston Horticultural Society puts that event on, and that was definitely an inspiration to us to kind of model that for ourselves. And one thing that's exciting is that we are really trying to educate people on the importance of native plant species.
And other people who teach chemistry or math, everybody's trying to find a way to make this nature-based learning experience part of their way of processing teaching.
I think the cross-curricular aspect is one of the most exciting parts, is it's not just limited to science, that we are able to bring in the math department, visual arts, and that we're able to bring in all of these different students that have varied interests. And there's a lot of diversity in what we offer, because everything from toxicology to sweetgrass basket weaving, we were able to include today in our event.
And I think you're replacing all the traditional things. Fortunately, the live oaks and magnolias are native plants, but I think y'all are really trying to switch the campus over to highlight native plants.
We have a digital platform to educate people about our native plants.
Oh, so you're bringing in all these modern ways that kids know how to do things as well.
Recording data, and it's really exciting to actually bring that aspect in so that visitors to campus can see what we're doing and to learn about it. So that is available to the public.
The people who were originally here had some exotic animals, including a bear. And so you had this bear cave, and you've done something really transformational and very exciting with that.
Well, and we were able to take what was a bamboo garden of sorts and really transform it. It took a lot of work, but it was all student driven. And so our students were the ones on the cave that were actually planting, identifying, and then labeling and recording data and information on these plants.
And it's all native plants up there.
All natives.
And then I think even for the little children, you've got some gardens for them too.
We have another native plant garden on the other side of campus, and it actually includes edible natives. So it's really fun for those students to use all of their senses as they not only learn to recognize those edibles, but also taste them too.
I think a lot of the vendors who came in today were women-owned businesses, because you're trying to encourage these kids to have a completely wide mind about what they might want to do, either as a first career or perhaps as a second career.
I'm a scientist, and so it's really important to get women into science and math. And we really want them to be able to see the possibilities, that there is no limit to what they want to do in this world.
Well, I walked around, and some of the things that were going on were so much fun. The children were doing activities at different stations. Even the vendors who came usually had something for them. Talk about some of the things that were so exciting.
So I think bringing this community from all around Charleston to our campus, it really not only showcased what we're trying to do on our campus, but it also helped these students form connections. And I think that's really important as they are learning how to be stewards of their environment. They are seeing what that looks like beyond our campus fence.
Everywhere you look, so there were people who were saying, well, this might be the way that you're going to be most excited. And so your kids can say, well, that's the one that I really maybe think I'll volunteer for.
Well, and looking at the connection between plants and environment too. So the Marsh Project was here, and they're looking at, if you are able to teach these students and educate them to have an appreciation, they're more likely to then protect and conserve our natural resources. So actually taking these smaller tidbits, why are native plants important? Not just to the pollinators, though that's important, but also to preserving and protecting, especially in the low country where we have a lot of marsh, protecting those areas from things that could potentially threaten them.
Well, I think that the educational aspect was very important in connecting people to the wider world and making them understand all of this. But I declare the little crafts that they were doing were just charming. Everybody was having such a marvelous time. And when I got here, y'all was so kind. Somebody had even taken the time to make me a hat. And I wanted to go to the face painting booth, but they told me I couldn't do that. But your teachers who were here were doing just wonderfully creative things and giving things that kids could take home. And then they were talking to their parents and their grandparents about them. So it just continues the conversation. I think y'all have made a wonderful start, and I hope that we can come back in the future.
Absolutely. We plan to host many more of these, Amanda.
Well, congratulations on them. Bang up first tip.
Thank you so much.